So today I'm going to show you how to make this little bralette. So I'll start off by using a 3.75mm hook. And I'm just using 2 rolls and I'm going to put them together and use it as one to make it a little thicker. I got those for Christmas. I think they're just from Giant Tiger. So we're going to start off by making a slip knot. And insert your hook through the loop. And we're going to chain 7. So this is going to be the cup. Okay, so once you have your chain 7, you're going to start doing double crochets. So you wrap your yarn around the hook and insert into that second loop. Sorry, my video froze. And pull through 2 loops on the hook and pull through 2 loops again. So again, yarn over, through the loop, pull your yarn through 2 loops, and through the last 2 loops. So continue doing that through every chain. And it's starting to look like that. I hope it's not confusing using 2 strings as one. Okay, so you're on your last loop there. So same thing, double crochet. And then you want to put 2 more double crochets into that same loop. So you'll have a total of 3 double crochets into that last loop. So there's your second one. And your third one. So now you want to chain 1. Then you're going to put 3 more double crochets into that same loop. So there's 1, and 2, and 3. So you'll have 3 double crochets, a chain 1, and 3 more double crochets all in the same loop. This is what's going to make the point of your triangle. So then you're just going to continue putting double crochets down the other side until you reach the bottom. Okay, so that's your last loop. And finish off that double crochet, and this is what you should have. Alright, so to do the next row, you're going to start off by chaining one, and then you're going to flip your work. And then you're going to continue to do double crochets all along the row. I'm just going to speed this up. Okay, and now you're approaching that chain one space that we did in the top. So you'll be able to tell because it's a big hole. And so in there you're going to do the same thing as we did before. So 3 double crochets into that same hole, 1 chain, and then 3 more double crochets. So that's the third one. And chain 1. And 3 more double crochets. So then just continue to double crochet down the rows. And don't forget that last one. It's sometimes hard to see, but just make sure you're getting it every time. So that completes that row. And as you can see, it's starting to look a bit more triangular. So you're going to start off the next row with a chain 1, flip your work, and put 1 double crochet into each loop. And again, when you reach that top hole, same thing, just 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 3 more double crochets all into that loop. So chain 1, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3. And then you can continue down the side, just doing double crochets all the way along. And yeah, so that's what it'll start to look like. Do that around as many times as you want so that it fits your size. So this is my finished one. And all we're going to do to end it is cut your yarn. and just grab it and pull through all the way and tighten it to pull the knot. So this is what it should look like, just a big triangle, and you're going to want to make 2 of these. So it's easiest to do them right after each other so you don't forget how many you started with. That way they're equal. Alright, so once you've made 2, you can go ahead and make the base. So we're going to start with a slip knot. Put your hook through the loop, tighten it. And I chained about 61, so that fit across my torso. So there's my 61 chains. And then to start making the base, you're just going to add double crochets into each chain. So you'll end up with about 60. So just do that all the way across. And this is what you'll have once you're finished that. So to start our next row, we chain 1, or 2 I guess. And now we're going to be doing triple crochets. So to do a triple crochet, you wrap your yarn around the hook 2 times and put it right into that first loop. Pull your yarn through, pull through the first 2 loops, and you'll have 3 loops left on your hook. Grab your yarn again, pull through another 2 loops, and you'll have 2 loops left on your hook, and pull through those last 2. And that is how you do a triple crochet. Then you'll chain 1, wrap your yarn around twice, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through the last 2 loops, and then chain 1. And what I'm doing here is I'm not going into every chain on the bottom, I'm skipping one. That's why we're chaining 1 between the triple crochets. Sometimes you have to pull the stitch over. So I'll show that a couple more times. Chain 1, wrap your yarn around the hook twice, skip the next chain, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through the last 2 loops, and then chain 1. And just keep doing this all the way across. And you can see you're starting to get this open box effect. So yeah, it'll start to look like that. Okay. So once you're finished that, that's what it should look like. So you're going to flip your work, chain 1 and start out with a double crochet into that second box space. And do 2 double crochets into there. Do 3, chain 1, and do 3 more double crochets. So it's kind of like what we were doing for the tops of the triangles. 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And it'll start to make these little fans. So once you do that, you're going to chain 2 and slip stitch into the next box. So a slip stitch, you're just pulling it right through. Then chain 2 again, and then we're going to do another fan. So 3 double crochets, oh, I did one too many there, and chain 1 and 3 more double crochets. So there's your second fan. So now we're going to chain 2, slip stitch into the next box. So just pull it right through your loop and chain 2 again. And then start your fan in the next box. So 3 double crochets again. Chain 1, and 3 more double crochets into that same box. And then repeat the pattern, so 2 chains, slip stitch, two chains, and that's what it's going to start to look like. And you're going to do that across this whole row. Okay, so once that's finished, this is what it'll look like. So flip your work. Chain 3. And then in that chain 1 space that we did, you're going to slip stitch, chain 3, and then you're going to do a triple crochet under that slip stitch that we did. If you don't remember how to do a triple crochet, go back to the boxes. So you'll end up with that, and then chain 3 again, and in that chain 1 space we're going to do another fan. So prepare for a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you'll have a smaller fan on the top there. Then you're going to chain 3 again. Prepare for a triple crochet and back under that slip stitch that we did, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through the last 2 loops. Oh, I'm just going to do that again. So under the slip stitch, finish that, chain 3, 5 double crochets into that chain 1 space, and so that's what it'll start to look like. Chain 3, triple crochet under that slip stitch, chain 3, and just keep doing that pattern. So you'll chain 3, yeah. Sorry if that's confusing. So when that row's done, this is what it'll look like. And you can kind of make this up on your own, however you like. Get that hair out of there, ew. Okay, so to start this row, we're just going to do slip stitches. So do 2 slip stitches into that same hole there, and slip stitch into all 5 double crochets. So just right in the tops of those double crochets that we did, and then slip stitch into the hole 3 times, and in that triple crochet you're going to make another fan, so start doing double crochets into there. That's 3, 4, and 5. So that's what it'll start to look like. Then just continue with your slip stitches. So 3 slip stitches into this loop, and slip stitch into the top of each double crochet. and 3 slip stitches into the next loop. Sorry, I keep going out of frame there. And then at your next triple crochet, you're going to make another fan. So prepare for a double crochet and place 5 double crochets. So that's 2. 3. 4. And 5. So that's what it's starting to look like. And just keep continuing that pattern all the way across. So this is what you have. I think I'm going to stop mine there, but you can continue just making up whatever. So to end it again, just gonna cut my string off and pull it through with my hook and tighten it. So that is your base. Kind of is scrunched up, but I like it that way, so yeah. So now we're going to attach it, and you're going to want your 2 triangles to be together in the center. So to do this, you leave a little bit on the edges, I guess about an inch. So I'm just using a needle and the same string, and we're just going to start threading it through. I grabbed some of the loose ends and just kind of sewed them in. And just continue attaching. Now you can weave your ends in if that's what you like to do, but I prefer to just cut them off at the very end. And I'm just trying to go through 1 or 2 stitches on each side just so it's not so bulky when it's sewed together. So just sew all the way along. Try not to make your stitches too far apart or else it's going to look really weird. And now that we're approaching the other side, I like to do a couple stitches in the corner to make sure it's really attached. So that's what your first one will look like. And you've still got all this left over. So grab your other triangle and line it up right there. And go through that same loop you were just in and attach it right on the corner. So you want them to be together in the center. So I sew a couple loops together to make sure it's attached, and then I go through the corner of the other one and bring it through the corner of this one to make sure they're really just attached at the center there. And then just go all the way across. Same thing as before. And when you get to the corner, just do a couple loops. Make sure it's really secure in there. And now you can cut your string. And what I like to do whenever I can, since there's another string already there, I'll just tie them together for some extra strength. And I like to do 3 knots so that it's really attached. So that's what it'll look like when your triangles are all sewed together. So now to make the straps, this is the top of the triangle, so we're going to make a slip knot. And put your hook through that loop, tighten it, and just stick your hook right through the top there. Grab your yarn and just slip stitch all the way through. There we go. And then I chained 75 for the 2 straps that go around my neck, and for the 2 straps at the side I chained about 60. So using that same technique to do all the straps, you can add more or less. So this is what it looks like when it's all finished. It's really pretty, I like it. You can see I attached the straps at the side, at the top. And yeah, this is what it looks like on. So thank you for watching my video. I hope this wasn't too confusing. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks!